Okay. So it appears the tech gremlins. But anyway, we Gucci. It's Thursday. Welcome and welcome back, everybody. My name is Mello. This is Art to the Round Table. That is Julie Newmar. And I use Julie Newmar as a reference for this. And I'm going to ink it. I was feeling some type of way, and I couldn't really get anything done. So this was a bit of practice I did yesterday. And I'm going to continue on that vibe. So if you're into inking or learning how to ink, or just want to hang and bang, chit and chat, jump on, say what's up. I'm going to be inking. I tell you, I'm never ready when I'm ready. I'm never ready when I'm ready. All right. I don't know when I did this. It doesn't really matter, but I just needed something blank to practice on. And then I might do some of this later. I think I might use it as warm-up for one of these. I feel like inking this one too. Or that. Maybe I'll ink this one. Anyway. Good morning, DW. Drawing while talking. How are you? Thanks for hanging out. Where is my brush? Where is my super suit? I literally just had it. Oh, here it is. I put a tape on the end of it so I can find it, and I lost it. I have two of these. This is a Winsor Newton Series 7. Look at how I already got ink on my fingers. Winsor Newton Series 7. This is a size number 2. And I have a size number 3. I want to go get a bigger size brush, but these are so expensive. Once you get past, I think it's a $30, maybe $40 jump from 3 to 4. So, your boy stay cheap. All right. I got to be careful here. I got coffee. Dirty water. I need hot pink tape. Do I have any? I got some frou-frou washi tape I can use. Where is it? Making a mess. Hey, there you go. Ooh, I love chess. You just started learning how to play? What do you think? Oh man, I saw that. I was like, what kind of fun? What now? Shoot. Shoot. Let's slow it down with the washi tape, yo. So not hot pink, but let's do it. You know what was cool? I don't know if they still do it. You remember Yahoo? Yahoo games would have like dominoes and chess. Let's do the fun house. Fun ho ho? What the heck is a fun ho ho? Hey Link. Hey TV girl. Thank you guys for hanging out. We're hanging out. I'm gonna put chi. Whatever chi means, I'm gonna put it on my. Link, that piece you're working on looks amazing. You know, I don't know if I was surprised, but I was really digging how you were painting while removing. You know what that means. Painting while removing. So you would put it in. Are you using water or some type of mineral or something to the negative part of the painting as you build form? I just thought it was interesting considering how I do that with my graphite and my charcoal pencil drawings, but that's pretty cool. Give me 1 second, party peoples. I have 2 chats going, so I want to make sure that I give people proper how do you do's. Buddy29, good morning, welcome to the channel. I'm gonna answer your question in a hot second. On the left, let me see. What am I drawing? This is Julie Newmar. This is an image that I found on Google or even Pinterest, and I added the Spider Woman outfits design. Link says thank you. Of course, it looks amazing. I can't wait to see the rest of the progress. He likes the washi tape. You never know what I do with it. Me either. I bought this thinking I was going to be fancy doing frames for my paintings, and then I never used it. I used it for my sketchbooks. Okay. Buddy29 asks, yo, bro, how did you learn anatomy like that? I keep drawing faces for a long years now, but I still can't draw a full body. Maybe I just suck at it. No, man, it's like riding a bike. You got to start somewhere. Start with training wheels. Start with I hate saying it. It's all about practice, all about reference, and write books and going slow. Now, I don't always do this well. This is an old drawing. I added the blue lines just to kind of tighten up the form. I don't have the original piece in front of me. Yeah, it just takes time. Keep looking at images, keep looking at pictures, use magazines, use whatever that's in front of you. And one thing, if you have a magazine, I'm trying to find something here. Okay. This may not work, but let's see. I'm going to show you something. Do I have any tracing paper up here? Is this tracing paper? No. Anyway. This is what I would do to help me when I'm going to, when I was doing my studies. I would grab my wife's like fashion magazines or just like a brochure or whatever of a woman sitting or whatever the guy, the poses, whatever. What I would do is I would actually do my measurements on the piece of paper. I would do a quick trace, my action lines and stuff like that, and break it down into plain, recognizable shapes. Let's see if I can use this. Recognizable shapes, because that's really your mind. You have to trick your mind, right? Who said this? Somebody said it in the chat a couple of days ago. You have to kind of like trick your mind into what you're looking at. Your mind sees, look at all those muscles, look at all that detail, look at all this stuff. You got to get rid of that somehow. Get rid of it. What you have to do is just break it into shapes. There's 3 main shapes and line art. You always hear somebody that sees us as artists and go, I can't draw a straight line. Well, you're lying. One, the way you write your name is art, and it's all done by a straight line, a curve, and dots. That's it. All our art, everything that we create in life as an artist is based off of these simple marks: a straight line, a curve, and a dot. And it's the way you build and use those. So we have to, what's the word I'm looking for? Reverse engineer it. You have to stop looking at, I want to draw an eye. Get it out of your head for a second. You have to find the shape of it. And I'm going to show you something real quick, what I was going to do here, but I want to read this guy, Buddy 29 says, this is kind of sensitive, but is it like okay to use explicit scenes, for example, pornography as a reference for full anatomy? I don't care. Is it okay? Sure. Is it necessary? No. So that's the question you really have to ask yourself. Is it necessary versus is it okay? Is it necessary to use that to do full anatomy? Absolutely not. There's other things that you can use. I have some resources that has nude photography, men and women, not engaged in any type of a sexual act. That's not necessary to do, or a lewd act to learn anatomy. But it also depends what type of art you're doing. If you want to do trashy, explicit, lowest common denominator type of art, you could do it, and that's just my opinion. I'm not trashing it. There are some really good artists that excel doing pornographic art. Is it necessary to learn how to do anatomy? No, absolutely not. Also, it's the only way for you to appreciate the form, male or female, is to be in a pornographic image. You might want to think about that, but you might want to think about that within yourself. And that has nothing to do with art. Just saying. But no. Can it be used? Sure. Is it necessary? No, not at all. All right, so back to this piece. We learned that a straight line, a curve, and a dot is all you need. And then just how you arrange it, right? Straight lines, you make squares. Straight lines with a curve, you make cones. Not a cone, a cylinder. You can make a cone, you can make a pyramid, you can do whatever, right? So, when I'm looking at the forms using that as reference, if it becomes too difficult, you go ahead and you break it down into those shapes that you're familiar with. His forearm is basically a cylinder, and I don't want to make this seem like it's easy. It's just because I have done this thousands of times. So all I'm doing is breaking things down that are familiar to me. Some artists use squares, some use triangles, some of them use everything. All 3. But I'm just trying to find a way to remove the stuff that's making it difficult for me to see. So when I draw with or without reference, and you'll notice it more sometimes when I'm drawing without reference, that I'll do a lot of very loose and squiggly lines. That's the technical term. If I want to draw an arm, I know that my shoulders are here. I know that the triceps here, and you don't have to know all the anatomy. I just know it because I draw a lot of buff dudes and dudettes. So, and I used to exercise once. Now all these squiggle lines are all of them still in my mind creating these shapes. I don't care about anything else. I don't care that the deltoid has several muscle groups. I don't care that the tricep has several muscle groups. I don't care that the biceps has 2 and the forearm. I don't care about any of it. Because once you start thinking of the technical term and the medical terms, your mind is going to start going, that's not what it looks like. That's not what it looks like. Right? You tell anybody, draw an eye, and we all give you the same, the almond shape, which is technically correct. But if we was to look at reference, I would recommend that you don't look at the eye and try to copy it. What I would recommend you try to do is look at certain shadows and look at certain lines, see if you can create that shape. The shape of the divot around the eyelid, or the gland, the tear duct, stuff like that. And you don't have to be even precise. There's a little groove there. All this becomes muscle memory. Can I say something really weird that I'm doing? I have one eye closed while I'm doing this, and I don't know why. And I think it's because I don't know why I'm doing it. I'm not in a weird angle. Okay, here we go. What are we saying? So, Link says she uses mineral spirits. That's really cool. I love that process of that erasing and removing. I haven't seen it, so it was just mesmerizing to see. I've seen it before, just not like that in real time, slow time. She looks awesome. Thank you. TV Girl Calm says that's really a smart way to learn. You're referring to just doing the measurements and stuff like that. I wish I had. Let me see. There's a picture in here. Yeah, so all of these pictures are from that fashion mag that my wife used to get. So what I would do is I would break down the image. I don't remember if that one was, but these here. And close both eyes. Yeah, but I mean, would you believe me if I did that? Yeah, that's. So what I did. And I think I have a short somewhere or something on Instagram showing this, but I can't remember. I took the reference, and it wasn't 1-for-1, so it didn't really matter. But I did my general measurements of it. I measured where the head was, right? And I did my markings, 1 head, 2 head, 3 head. That helped me measure my paper. And there was just certain things that I used as landmarks to do it. This was doing the same thing. They were selling a bathing suit, and the model had a camera, did all the same type of measurements. And made an homage to the infamous Joker cover of the issue where he actually shoots Barbara Gordon. So that's kind of a very deep cut. All right, let's do some inking here. So I have been inspired by the Sensuous Frazetta book, looking at mainly, which is I think is a huge treat in here, not just some of his amazing art and pieces, but there's a section in here in the center where they show his black and white sequential art from the 1960s. I think that's amazing. Actually, 1950s, yo. That's amazing. So I've been inspired by these. Okay. TVGirls.com says, I really want to learn to do comics, but I find them really hard and a long-term thing. It is a very long-term thing. If you start Googling the way I have recently on how to write and create your own comic, everybody says the same thing, which is start. Just start it. And just, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So just take your time, do what you got to do, and learn as you go. Really. Start small, do a one-page story. See, that's easier said than done. I've written so far 2 stories. One that I thought was going to be a six page like a showcase for me to even believe that I can do it. Very little dialogue, simple story. It was a Christmas story about 2 enforcer elves. I have it written in a way that because there's not a lot of dialogue, that I can do it fairly quickly. And because I am more accustomed, and my art style is benefits from single image, cover style, pinup style, I'm finding it extremely difficult to do sequential art, which is what comics and graphic novels are. So that's what all this stuff is. Learning, and we learn it. Close both your eyes and try. No, I have another camera. Yes, I do. Love your sketchbooks. Thank you, Link. I appreciate that. Have you ever studied any panel layouts yet? Have you studied any panel layouts yet, Mel? How you design them? The only study panel so when I was doing the Christmas one, and I'll show you, what I ended up doing was going through a bunch of my books and going, oh, that'll fit in what I want to do, and I would actually try to copy or take that piece completely. But then I felt very fraudulent. I felt very fraudulent. And it kind of like, it bummed me out. Because then I was like, man, I can't do this. It really did bum me out. So it made me slow down. I slowed down. It stopped came to a complete halt. Give me 1 second. I'll show you. I'm supposed to be inking, bro. But this is also Q&A, so I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the engagement. I really do appreciate you guys chilling with me and talking with me. Frazetta was one of your biggest influences, says Lynx. When I was a kid, I would watch Fire and Ice. Oh, I love Fire and Ice. I have the DVD for it. All right, where is it? All right. I think that's everything in there for that story. Bruh, what did I do? What did I say? Don't be mad at me. Oh, about me saying I'm feeling fraudulent? Alright, that should be all. Okie dokie, here we go. So this was the original. This is what I did for. Let me move this stuff out the way. And then we'll get some inking done. I promise you. But I appreciate you. This thing. I feel like I'm always that close to spilling dirty ink water. I should move it. But let's live precariously and see what happens on this Thursday. So this was kind of like, so this is my elves. They're not necessarily small, as you can tell. They're enforcers. So in my story, it's Mistletoe and Holly. And they work for Santa Claus, who is kind of like a mob boss. So during Christmas Eve, near the end of the evening before Christmas starts, Santa Claus allows one wish to be granted to a loser. I use that term loosely. So in this case, it's a bartender, but that's my Santa Claus. I use the I forget the actor's name, but he's doing the Scott's lawn care commercials. Feed your lawn. He's a red-headed giant. He was in Game of Thrones. He was in love with Brienne of Tarth. Oh, he had the heart eyes for her. Anyway, he grants a wish to the loser. So in this case, in my story, it's a bartender who runs a bar in the seediest part of town, and he wants to go home. It's midnight, or near midnight. He wants to go home to his family for Christmas, and unfortunately, he caters to the undesirables, mob men and stuff like that. So he's like, okay, last call. The name of the story is Last Call. And he wants to go home. Last call for alcohol. They go, no, it isn't. Stay there and serve the drinks. And they kind of like slap him around a bit. So he says under his breath, I just wish for them to go home. I wished for them to leave. I wish for them to be gone. Something of that nature. And his wish gets answered and enters Mistletoe and Holly, who then proceed to put the ass kicking on these thugs. So that was it. That was going to be the story. We were going to end it with a funny little quip near the end. Hey, maybe next year you wish for socks. Let me see if I can find it. But what started to happen is that I couldn't get my ideas on paper, so I just started doing hero shots. Let me see. And I did trying to do a lot of storyboarding. It just felt really overwhelming. Because again, I don't know the right way or the wrong way. But I was doing it in a way that seemed very tough for me. I got these page layouts. I was downloading everything and trying to work on everything. me see. I did have some. Okay, this is probably the closest to some sequential art, but it's really boring in terms of Oh, to me it is. Maybe I'm judging it too much. I just need to get it done. I should have just finished it and kept going. But here it goes. Right? Barkeep, washing, last call. I did an image. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. I think it's in here. DW says, great artist steal, and you were learning by matching up your scenes with those you found. You were learning how panel layouts can portray. You're absolutely right. I don't debate you. You're absolutely right, DW. It was just a really weird thought that I had that I couldn't shake, and everyone that I've mentioned that to said the same thing that you said. And they reassured me, bro, you're not doing anything that nobody else has done. You're not, don't feel that way. You have to keep going. But it was kind of terrible for me. Gunplay Free M, welcome. Says amazing. Thank you, sir. Link says Millie is such a talented writer. Thank you. I'm more of an idea factory. I can't write for squat, but thank you. Link, have a fantastic rest of your day. Appreciate you. Always appreciate you coming through. I can't wait to see the rest of your painting. Thanks. All right, so this was me trying to do some dynamic. That's the same bartender yelling, last call. So there you go, D-Dub. So he says, last call. The goober here is like, no, it isn't. I don't think so. And sad bartender's like, come on, man. I just want to go be with my family. The gangster's like, what? We're not family. It makes me laugh. Well, we're not family. And it'll be a shot of the rest of the bar with there's some goober picking his nose. This guy's spitting. Silhouettes in the back. And then, again, a close-up of our gangster here with skulls in his eyes. Just keep pouring the drink, stupid. And he grabs a pinch of our bartender's face. A little pinch and slap. Hey, sweetheart. So then the next shot, I thought I had these in order. In better order. Give me a second. Let's see if I can find it. I had used these to try to frame out the whole story, but it seems like I'm missing a page in here. I know the smiley face. Oh, close for Christmas. That's the ending. It's in here. Well, I guess I didn't. Maybe I imagined it. Anyway, so next page would have been him saying his wish. I wish they would just disappear. Then you would hear the jingle bell or Christmas bell and a cold breeze, and it'll be our heroes at the counter. You go, I'm sorry guys, I didn't know you were there. This is a private party. Maybe it's here. And you guys really shouldn't be here. They get their drinks. The mob men are like, who the heck are these guys? and he started talking crap. And a couple of things have changed. They ask for their drink. He takes a swig. Where the heck are our drinks? A lot of rough stuff. So then what I started to do was just keep expanding. And homages. This is what I wrote. This is funny. Add RoboCop homage warehouse scene trick shots. That's the scene in RoboCop where he's shooting the thugs in the coke warehouse, and he's shooting behind his back, shooting over his shoulder. I wanted to use this says Three Amigos whiskey shot reactions. So if you remember the movie The Three Amigos, when they take a swig of whiskey at the first bar they meet, they all have a weird reaction to how strong the whiskey is, and that was going to be my reaction shots to thugs getting shot. And it was going to be a 2-page spread. So these are going to be the 2-page spread, the trick shots, the Three Amigos reaction shots, and then in the bottom here was going to be, it says bullet casings all over the bottom. What? Bullet casings all over bottom, and the Mistletoe's shoes. So Mistletoe, this would be his feet, and the bullet casings bouncing. These are small panels, and the bullet casings were going to be in the style of remember growing up seeing Follow the Bouncing Ball, and it'll be a musical number in the cartoons. That's what the casings were going to do. So this page here is probably my favorite. Just pure action dump. This panel here is from Jim Lee. That's supposed to be Psylocke kicking somebody in the face. I drew that. This makes me laugh because it's an image of me as reference getting punched in the face by Holly. She's grabbing him by the cuff. She's saying, hold still so she can punch him. And he goes, be gentle. Be gentle. And that's my face getting corked. She's acrobatic. She in this shot, she's telling him, hey, you know the rules. Minimal damage. She's talking to Mistletoe. She grabs a bottle, throws it. Mistletoe scooches his head over. It hits a thug in the head. So then she goes, just watch me do it. And then it was just going to be reaction shots of our hero while she's whomping on the thugs. It was going to end in a homage to Attack of the 50-Foot Woman. Yeah, honestly, really original idea of leading the eyes with your panels, follow the bouncing ball, bullets. Yeah, more original than you think. I appreciate that. But you know what I think it was? It just became really big for me. And some people thrive in that. Let's just make it as big as humanly possible. We don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know what's going on here. I just love those eyes. So yeah, she gets her hero shot. He gets his hero shot. And then, what was it? That's where it ended up. I would love to finish it. I'm going to finish it. But I gotta I landed on this thing with my other story, and which is going to be bigger. So I wanna slow down a bit and take care of all of the character shots like I want to, and I have another finished piece of page here that I really like. So the original story ends with them closing shop. The extended cut would be that in the midst of all the fighting, our bartender, Rabbits, he dips, he's scared, he freaks out, he runs out the joint, and they lose him. So very much like the Polar Express, it's always almost Christmas, and our elves have to now hunt him down throughout the city to get him. So that's where the extended story would be. But the original 6-page, which turned into like 14 pages, was going to be that. But yeah, I like this page. This is our this would have been our bartender cowering. Stuff is popping off. Holly's like reaching out. Hey, grab my hand, you're good. Stay near the bar. We're safe. Nothing's gonna happen to you, I promise. She gives him a nice little smooch on the forehead. We're actually here to help you. Merry Christmas. And then she just turns around. Let's rock. That's right before she starts getting in there and like kicking ass. But Mel, that was the name of the bartender. I wonder where I got that name from. Mel's like, but why? Why? Why are you doing this? And the big guy, Mistletoe, because he's a jerk, this piece. It's like, because you're a loser. This is kind of self-deprecating. You're a loser, Mel. And the big guy, he loves losers. And it's after Miller. This piece is after Frank Miller in his Daredevil run. And then I'm trying to be a little bit cartoony. The old thundercloud. Mel looking up in sadness. Enjoy your wish. It'll all be over soon. I just wanted to go home. I like that. I like that one. So I just have to keep going. Keep working on panels and anatomy and different perspectives, because that's really where the trick is at. All right. So let us do this. So on Monday, on Tuesday and yesterday, man, Tuesday after our stream, I try to just blow up some more creative steam, and I just could not draw the female form to save my life. I just couldn't do it. It was very frustrating. I wanted to do an homage to a specific cover. See if I can find it. I wanted to do an homage to this cover with my female hero in the center and the ghost of Arlon breaking through. And I thought, man, that'd be really cool. And even looking at this for reference and just trying to get everything in where it was supposed to be, bruh, it was just nightmare. So that quick failure and turnaround just couldn't help me. So I just kept messing around. And yesterday I didn't get a chance to stream. My loving wife suffers from migraines, and yesterday was really bad for her. So bad, so much so that we had to go to the ER. She's doing fantastic today. A little remnants, a little tired, but that's yesterday. That's what that was for. And in the middle of that, I was able to work on something a little slower as the day got a little quiet. So, show the failure. It's in here. That was the failure. Several failures. I have been trying to be really good at not tearing my stuff up. But maybe it was frustration. I was really frustrated. That was supposed to be the crow. That's his body. It's empty. Empty. I could use this as scrap, which I will. Oh man, I must have really not liked it. I told her that's a leg. Yeah, that's where it's at. Let me see. That's an upper body. You know what sucks? I'm going through these torn up pieces and I'm like, that actually doesn't look too bad. But it was just, maybe just, emotionally, I guess I didn't have it yesterday. What is that? I don't know what that is. There goes a foot. I'm gonna reuse these. I don't know why. That's how frustrated I was. Like, yeah, and just ninja star through them. That's not a bad shape. Alright, you want to see if we can put this back together? Some more detective work. Yeah, you know, it's just one of those things. With the fancy washi. I think that's it. I did several. Here, let me see. That's a bigger one. Alright, so it looks like this one. I've been trying to be better at keeping my stuff. What's up, Montoya? How you doing, brother? Man, that piece you did was really cool looking, man. And thank you for the, you know, I read that. I saw the piece a day before I responded to it. I thought it was cool looking. And then I read what you wrote, and I'm like, wow, that was really, it's humbling, brother. I appreciate that. All right, that's another leg. Nope. This was supposed to be the crow. I wanted to do you guys remember the crow? I wanted to do the crow. That's somebody's leg here. I think this is her leg up there. Where's Batman and his patience? I still don't know what the hell that is. I think that's another leg. It's a wing! Ooh, hello there. I know that's his leg. Nope, that is, might be, nope. Anyway, as you can see, it's quite the failure, in my opinion. so I want to see. I kind of like that one now. Anyway. Dude, if it works, Monty, do it, brother. I was looking at it. I didn't realize that it would work that well. In digital. I used to render 4 hours. Did I ever show you guys my digital stuff? Would you like to see it? Yeah, I don't know, DWs. I don't know why I felt that way yesterday about it. Oh yeah, that's her face. You can't see her face, but that's where that goes. And it wasn't even about being a perfectionist or anything like that. It was just, that's not her leg. But I actually kind of like this one now. There it goes. That's her body. But sometimes it's just a really crappy feeling. That's not it. All right. Let me chuck this away again. I'll keep that piece. All right. You know, I think Buddy29 asked the question about using pornography as reference to see if it was cool. Dude, you could do whatever you want. But if you're feeling morally weird about it, maybe you shouldn't do it. Just saying. But to each his own. I used to do it. But then it becomes, are you oogling or are you trying to learn how to draw? If you take away that imagery, does it make it interesting or not? You might have to ask yourself a bigger question. But if you want your work to look like Greg Land, do your thing. All right. So I thought I was being clever. It's called Virtual Memory. This is my own coffee table book that I created. I was hoping to make some money off of this, but you know how it is. That never works out. How old is this? Maybe... I'm trying to see if there's a year on this thing. Well, it must be over 10 years ago. Melvin Marrero is a freelance digital artist and illustrator born and raised in Boston, Massachusetts, who has lived with the love of art in his bones for over 20 years. You know it's old because it says, to view my work, go to DeviantArt. Just don't show the reference on social media. Yeah. But it's all right. I mean, do whatever you want. Use whatever you want. You have to stop thinking about worrying about other people's acceptance or prudeness or whatever it is. Just if that's what you want to do, if that's how you feel you're gonna do better, do it. I think there's a ton of money on it because the world is a bunch of preves. I think this is 2010. But this, it's all the same style. Put it in the blocks and start erasing and building light and dark. This is one of my favorites. It feels longer. It says 2011. Good gravy. No, it feels longer than that. It feels longer than 15 years ago. A lot happens in 15 years. I love this piece. This is a collaboration with my son Justin here. These were called companions. I don't know what that meant, but it was called companions. So the idea was that the animals were anthropomorphic, and this was a machine, which is weird considering it got steam coming out of his mouth, or something like that. I can't remember the idea, but we kind of like threw it together. I love it though. I love the belly. No Jean Grey and Cyclops. I did this in 2011, so they stole my idea when they started giving everybody the Phoenix Force. Surprisingly, I didn't paint analog style. I can never use paints using brushes. I don't even know the word to it. Analog? Old school? Traditionally. There you go. So I thought that I can do it digitally. And I excelled at it. So I thought, there I go. And then I tried to paint traditional and failed miserably. Ooh, a little Kirby crackle. But, I mean, some cheapo lens flares for the eyes. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I don't know.
You asked if I was okay?
Yes.
Yeah, I just dropped my phone.
Okay. Did Justin come up with the idea and you drew? I think it's a mix of both. I think he may have drawn some of it and I colored it in. I can't remember, man. Wow. I wish there was a way. I wish there was really a way to regain people's memories. I think he drew it. I think he drew it and I colored it in. I think. Look at that. I was trying to copyright my initials, really? Why did you decide that you like traditional better, especially after failing painting? That's a good question. I couldn't let it go, I guess. I wanted to do it. I wanted to paint. Bob Ross was a huge inspiration for me. Huge. And even though I was not going to be, and I started painting doing landscape stuff that and external stuff. I didn't do any figure drawing or paintings or portraits. I just wanted to do it. I've always wanted to because of Bobby Robertito Ross, and but again, I started when I was doing digital. It was during that time where people like the same way they kind of treating AI. Oh, you're not a real artist because you can't do it traditionally. So when people were drawing with Photoshop and Illustrator, they were looking at us funny. Uh, so pork them in the face. But I mean, this stuff here, there is no color picking. There is no adjustments of the hues digitally. There's no auto corrections. There's no auto nothing when it comes to traditional. And I felt that for me to say I'm a painter or I'm an artist, I needed to switch to traditional. And I love it. Inking traditional is the bomb. I hate it. Inking digital. I never liked the constant control X, control X, control X, control X to get it. I can never really get comfortable with the smoothness. It was just interesting. Where and why did I decide? Yeah, I just wanted to. I think that's it. I wanted to be an artist for realsies, whatever that means. Whatever I had in my mind, what a real artist was. That's what I wanted to be. It meant going traditional. That's John Hamm right there. That's my reference. Learning curve for traditional or digital? I think the learning curve for traditional is more fun than it is for digital. Does that make sense? Like I said, the color picking, when you want something, you can just get a sweet palette and then start color picking if you're using reference or hey, Acid Rain, appreciate that. With traditional, the trial and error of getting that hue of red or burgundy or wine, nothing beats it. In my opinion. Don't at me, digital artist. There's some that are amazing and they do it amazingly. What you do and what you are is an artist. It is art. So, but it doesn't feel the same. Drawing doesn't feel the same. It feels like drawing on glass because of the way the textures feel. Oh, you asked how old was he at that time? Let me see. If that's 2011, that's 15 years ago. He just had a birthday, and he is. Oh man, how old is he? 15 years? He was 15 years old, I think. He was old. All the same with values and understanding form, yet not how the materials work are different, as with all different art. Yeah, the value, everything about art stays the same. The principles stay the same, but you will never be able to. I'll never be able to just go ahead do a lasso, cut, and move it over. There's nothing against me doing that being done, but just the process makes it a bit better. Yeah, thanks, brother. Math. I don't know. If I only had 2 more fingers. That's what she said, and that's inappropriate. Fixing your work in real time, I think, is easier digitally. Fixing your work and compositionally is easier to set up digitally. Again, I could go into Photoshop or Photo P and set up a 2-point perspective grid in a drop of a dime and work everything in there. I can go ahead and grab some photo reference of a room or a yard or an outfit and ghost it and trace right over it, move it to the side, finish it with my art. You can't do that traditionally. It can't be done. You need a morgue file. You need to study. You need to do that grid yourself. You need to do all of these things yourself. And it's not a dig. That's just the reality. And people can say whatever they want. But it is what it is. But yeah, you could create these type of effects. Little, I think this was a Brazilian model. This was. I'm trying to think. During one of the World Cups, so they had all these beautiful models wearing outfits, and I think she had the Brazilian. And I cut it short because I think it was body painted. But D-dubs, I don't know if I would be able to do something like this. This took about close to 20 plus hours to do. I love this piece. I've seen this piece done before. I've seen this piece referenced and used as a reference for artwork from other artists before. But I know which one's mine. Not just because of my name, because I've seen my piece actually cropped to remove my name, my signature here, my M Deuce. That's how I used to sign my name, M and a number 2. So, and if you guys ever see this samurai outfit, which is amazing, I love that helmet. I actually fell back on some of these textures when I was painting my rhino, my Genosuke. But if you guys ever see this in the wild, I want you to know which one is mine if you don't see my signature on it. Sorry for bumping that. I forgot to color in those 2 pieces out of the whole drawing, the whole painting. I forgot that that clip that ties his armor together. There you go. This was supposed to be, this was a commission piece for, I forget what the guy was doing. I actually forget what he wanted to do. I think t-shirts. He commissioned me to do some t-shirts and stuff like that and designs. And there is a, in Spanish stores and bodegas, there's an image of an old man sucking in his face like that. And fiao means what would be the equivalent of English word for fiao? Not on loan. I can't. Well, I'll explain it. So, if you go to a store, a Spanish store, and you're familiar with the owner, you can get something fiao, meaning you could take it today, pay for it tomorrow, right? I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. So it becomes so prevalent in these smaller stores that they would have a poster of an old dude sucking in his face and the word fiao, meaning can I fiao? And then oof, meaning no, I don't think so. That image, that painting, or that picture is so old and grainy. And I couldn't remember what it looked like. So we searched for days and hours trying to figure it out. And then I found it and recreated it. And he was one of those cats that was all of a sudden they become a task master. What's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, he became overbearing. Oh, can you move the hat? Can you move this? Can you move the eyebrow? I was like, none of that. None of the things that you're asking me to change affects the point of what we're doing. You're nitpicking something that's minuscule in nature, and it makes no point. Not that type of blue. Not that type. Listen, bro. Keep your money. Keep whatever it is you want. I'm good. And it was a lot of that. Oh, but I'll pay you. Yeah, it's just spent several hours plus doing this thing, researching, finding it, doing it, finding the actual picture, trying to retouch and fix the image so that I can properly draw. Anyway, it became one of those. Like, get bent, brother. It's a self-portrait of myself. I thought I was hot noodles. What did I call this? Cry canvas. This what the paper sees right before I drop some ill artwork on it. Your boy was thick. I love those hands. I always hid my initials in my art. Chances someone would find them and remove it is unlikely. You see, that's cool, Monty. Yeah, that's kind of like the way the Kubert guy, Adam Kubert. Adam Kubert did the X-Men and Marvel characters in Universal, and they told him don't put your name on him. Couldn't sign it, so he hid his signature, or he hid his name and initials in every piece. So if you go to Universal Studios here in Florida, and you see the Wolverine and the Magneto, look in certain squiggles, you'll see the Kubert, the Adam name on there. All right, there we go. There you go. It's all the same form. There's not a lot of detail. I love this piece of Roberto Clemente. I posted it on DeviantArt, and then there was a Roberto Clemente tribute page, early interwebs, 2000, you already know. And they actually gave me credit. They used the image. I wasn't asking for money or anything. I can't charge people I couldn't sell this. And so the tribute page gave me credit, and then his family was like, cease and desist. His family was like, get that shit out. You win some, you lose some. He was an amazing dude. God bless him. God may he rest in peace. Oh, gravy. And then the sexy R2D2. No, that's from Metropolis. That's the False Maria. This was difficult. I was using real reference. The dude, it was a nude. And then for this instance, I needed the nude to do the design of the machinery. I love the face, man. That's the one thing about digital that I wouldn't be able to do here. Zooming so tight. Let me move this damn phone out the way. I'm not recording nothing anyway. Not recording, I'm not drawing, I'm not doing anything. That line, it's gonna be blurry, but. And this thing, somebody stole it from me and is actually selling it in a shop in China. You can get a poster of this piece. I remember finding it. I almost bought it. What's up, Matt? How you doing, bro? Yeah, showing some of my digital art. This thing wouldn't fly today. But I do like that cover. See, I did go to school for graphic design. I know a little bit about a little bit. And if you squint, I did a self-portrait of me when I was maybe 7. So yeah, cease and desist. Looks great, cease and desist. And then you could probably buy it in China as a poster. In DeviantArt, somebody reached out to me and said, hey, I always want to give credit to the artist, but I did see your stuff on this website. They're trying to sell your stuff. That's my daughter. 12 years ago. Which means she was 10. Yeah, dude, I should have been doing watermarks back then. But I was such a... who's going to steal my stuff? In fact, I was almost like, I hope they steal my stuff. So at least somebody will get it. This is my version of the Mario Brothers. Los Hermanos Mario. As luchadores. This was my attempt at drawing, scanning, and then painting over my drawing. But yeah, you're cute, Peruti. What is that? Ugh. What is it?
Snake.
Dead snake?
Luca killed it.
Luca, you look at him chasing you. Nice. This is my son. So she has a twin brother. And that's can you tell the difference? the loving nature of this portrait. And then her twin brother. Not Wolverine, this one. Luigi's the better brother. Heck yeah. Look at that. Mario. I like this image. He was it was an idea, a concept on imagination. So he has a super soaker. Look at that. To scale, I used a super soaker for reference. And then because he's in his imagination, and the other side of his body is all machinery and then I did as Wolverine as what's his name? Tatsuhiro Mifune in the movie Seven Samurai. Tatsuhiro with his giant sword is facing off against the hoarding bandits. Freeze frame. Use it as reference. And then that's it. Some old dude. So I can entice people to let me do portraits of them, and nothing ever happened. Oh, and that's my boy. This is my boy Brandon. My boy Brandon Clark. Brandon had he had maybe a staph infection, on his arm. And at the office, he was my coworker, my homeboy for life. And in my office, we were. It's like being in a locker room. Everybody just ribbing on each other, making fun of each other, all in good nature and all in good fun. We all loved each other. I think some of the closest friends in my life I actually worked with a few years ago, and I'll miss them forever. And I try to keep in touch with most of them. Him being one of them, and he had the staph infection, so we started clowning on him, saying that it was going to grow an arm. So we started calling him Brand Arm, and then I drew this on a whiteboard. I drew it on a whiteboard, and then I took a picture and stylized it for him. He didn't mind. He's a good sport. As my homie, as my brother for life. There you go, peoples. Thank you for indulging me. I'm supposed to be in here doing this stuff. But thank you for indulging me. I appreciate you at all times. I have this old phone. My daughter's old phone, and the way Apple bricks their phones, this one here, you can tell how old it is because it still has the thumb ID on it. And this is the one I was like, oh, let me get it so that I can use it to do my live streams or whatever. And the first live stream I used it on, it overheated and died. It died. All right, you guys ready to do some inking? For the next half an hour or so. This paper it's acrylic paper. It's really thick. It's 300 GSM from Grumbacher. Alright, just getting a point. I might get me a Raphael. I saw a Raphael brush. Like 20, 30 bucks. Maybe I can get it for my birthday, or Christmas. I haven't done any warm-up. I don't think we're gonna need it. Ow, ow, ow. Thanks, D-Dubs. I like sharing those. Sometimes I always feel some type of way, man. I'm not gonna call myself a weirdo or self-deprecate. I do that enough, but thank you. All right, where to start? I think there's too much water either in my brush, because that ink came out too dark. You need your Joe? Yeah, brother. I just had my second cup. I'm not looking at the original image anymore. So I'm going to try to wing some of this stuff, but I have a pretty good understanding that the light source is coming from this side. So all the shadow is going to be down here, even though this shadow doesn't make sense now that I look at it, which means I'm going to have to find a way to emphasize on the right hand side instead, and maybe shrink that shadow line. But I had so much fun yesterday slowing down and doing this piece here, that I thought it'd be kind of cool to keep going and find something to do. And if I was going to finish it quickly, then I would have tried to draw something else. It was the hair, I think. But this paper already is taking a lot of the ink. And I don't know what's going on. You see how it looks washed? I tweaked the eyes a bit. I feel tight. That makes sense. I really want to hold the brush a bit looser than the way I have it. Interesting. All right, I'm gonna try a different. This has that Japanese ink in it, and I don't know why. I don't know if you guys can tell how wash that looks. So I'm gonna try this other. India ink container, and it's no longer pure. I've mixed so much of it. You can tell the difference there. If you're at all interested, this image is actually, the reference is actually Julie Newmar. And I think she's in a swimsuit photo shoot, because there's several images, and she's doing these weird, awesome, expressive poses. She might be dancing. So, I could either find it real quick, or you guys can do a little bit of Googling. I'm sure it'll be easy to find. Yeah, that ink is better. I'm trying to get a point. One thing that I love about these brushes is, oh no, you don't know Julie Newmar, bro? Is the point you can get off of them. Julie Newmar played Catwoman in the 1960s Adam West TV show. And unfortunately, I don't know if she's done anything else. So, I know she was a friend of Tu Wong Fu. There's something going on with this brush though. Either I didn't clean it right, or maybe there's too much water in it. I can't seem to get. It could be the paper as well. Or it could just be the artist. I only work well when the camera's off. Blaming blaming the gamer, blaming the joystick. Okay, cool. When inking, it's okay to leave unfinished lines to give the impression of light and movement. Or so they say. Crawford, psst, that's enough. Alrighty, I think I'm getting it now. I'm trying to get the wildness of her hair. It probably won't be as... And we'll see what happens. I'm always making stuff up. What is Naki? Did I pronounce that right? What is up, Tama? Welcome. And thank you. I hope that's a compliment. How you doing today, Tama? Naked? You sound like in the booth? She has a suit on. I think. I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you. Link was in here earlier. I was telling her how awesome her her oil process is, and how similar in terms of I guess not technique necessarily, but the way I do graphite or people do charcoal pencils, adding and removing. It was really mesmerizing to see it. It was absolutely cool. I'm going to try to steal or use some of the techniques that I used in this piece here. I love this sharp black shadow. One of the things that I was getting afraid of for whatever reason was not going full dark. You can kind of see it up here, but I'm trying to get back to working in this like heavy shadow with some texturing, which I'm going to be doing throughout the suit. But trying to emphasize some of this stuff really was satisfying to do yesterday. So I'm going to try to do that today. Think about inking, you got to move the paper all over the place. And this old phone really is working against me today. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. Just like Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker, I'm just trying to do better. I love the brush, but I really would love to move to the quill pens. But that is an art form that requires way too much patience. I wonder if I can, maybe I'll paint this after. I think this is hair here. My line's a little bit ghosted, and I really don't want to look for the original reference. Then do better. Yeah, right? Then do better. You know, Toby's Spider-Man is what's the word I'm looking for? Is the pedigree, right? He's the guy. If he's like, I'm trying to do better, I'm like, crap. I need to get my act together. All right, come on, Mel. You can do it. For whatever reason, this paper, this Bristol board, and this is heavily textured. It's acrylic paper. It doesn't allow for these controlled thinner strokes. That might be a problem. Or we're gonna have to find out. I'm gonna have to look at Spider-Woman's outfit. Yeah, that might be the thinnest that I can go with this thing. It's probably why they don't use it. And a hush over the crowd. Hey, I never heard that before. Thank you. And not a gorilla in a leotard. You guys are making me feel like Donkey when Fiona confuses him for Shrek's steed. And Donkey's like, she thinks I'm a steed. In the end, I'm just a donkey. Monty says, I like using a filbert brush to ink sometimes. Even with a bigger brush, I can still get a huge range of line weights, even very thin. Yeah, you know, I use the filbert when I do blending, especially for muscle tones, because of that rounded edge, and you can get some really great lines in it. But I haven't tried it for inking. Huh. You know, I should. That's one thing. I need to use every bit of equipment that I have. Art equipment. It looks like because of the grit of this paper, it's not very smooth, super textured. Again, it's acrylic paper, 300 GSMs. I may have to feather in my lines and not do so many of these single strokes. If I do use it for inking, be prepared to be ridiculed for the filbert. Can we see what it looks like? Now, you know what we do, Monty? You remember in was it Billy Madison when he peed himself so he can help the kid, and he goes, all the cool kids are doing it. That'll be us. You get some really cool textures with this thing. I'll have to do some experimenting. Ah, I see. Artists are weird, right? Because we'll go, huh, look at this weirdo using a filbert. And then we'll go, let me see if that works for me. Let me go try that filbert. Isn't it true? Look at this. Look at him using a filbert. He don't know what he's doing. Let me see. Let me check that out real quick. And then you wait, and then you hit him up with a DM. Dude, that's brilliant. Or, man, I've been using. I thought I was the only one that used filberts. Can you believe it? Yes. So, Tama says, or watercolor by McCraw. Yeah, so we won't be giving out our secret identities. Yes. Yeah. But Evie Eden mentioned yesterday about the watch hours changing in February. I think at the end of January. That would be February. I've reached the first tier of monetization yesterday, so all that is for AdSense. So you guys, if they approve it, because they take God knows how long, I'm in the review process. So if that is successful, then I think you guys might see in some more ads on my page set up by Google. I don't know all of it, something like that. Anyway, that leaves me with 4,000, one more 1,000 hours left to be fully monetized, and then hopefully they'll grandfather me in. But yeah, doesn't that suck? All right, let's see if we can. That's crazy. I'm gonna see. I don't know if I'll be able to because of the way this paper. I keep talking about the paper, but it's true, y'all. I'm gonna have to do that for my shadows. So yes, I was able to do that part. Uh, the first. I don't know what it is. So that's cool. Then I need another 1,000 hours, and I average, because I'm a nerd, and I looked it up, about almost 300. About close to 300 hours a month. So, Thanksgiving. Barring anything terrible happening. I should be there. I just think honestly that I think they're doing it to weed out. They made it in a way that it really is difficult to get anything to be. I don't even know what I'm trying to say with the way it feels like how YouTube works. I'm not interested in being same as, we're all artists and creators, and I don't want to be, we're already in a niche for artists, so I don't want to be make it look like everybody else's, because I think that's what makes us all unique. I love watching your videos, Tema, and Links, and Evie, he's a natural. But the way this world is, and the way YouTube is, and all the social medias, they just embarrass yourself, show a little bit more. No, man, no. Yeah, the cookie cutter mentality that YouTube has is super suck, man. And it just seems very I don't know. I don't like it. I don't want to be in that. I'm okay fighting a good fight and doing what we got to do. Yeah, everybody has to fall in line to be successful, so I'm good. Yeah, they promote these faceless channels, but then they say, we're not going to make the faceless channels monetized. Well, what the heck are you doing that for? Why are you showing me how to do it? And there is a way, and it's been around forever, right? This is how you do it. You do your intro, you do your thing, you do your tease, you do this, you do that. But unfortunately, they know the nature of the human condition. And our attention span is challenged. The attention span of our kids and our teens, even our adults, is MySpace. Hell yeah, mi gente. Is challenged, man. cut every 3 seconds, cut every 6 seconds, because after 7 or 8, they start daydreaming. And yet, they can't fathom a 1-minute video, a 1-minute short. We're gonna make shorts longer. Why? People are gonna abandon the shorts, you know. Jane here, how are you? Yeah, and Wally, absolutely. So, everything's the same. Attention spans are low. And it's unfortunate. Some artists, I am so grateful and blessed that this community that we're in is tight. Because we're the only ones that support each other. People in recliners. Alright, here goes nothing. See if I can get a thin line underneath that neck. Not quite. A little bit. Do your hours with your videos gotta be live streaming hours? Watch. So here's this thing, right? You guys watching me live? They don't count into the watch hours. So, but they're the most fulfilling hours that I have doing this whole thing. But no, so the watch hours count the moment I hit end. The moment I hit end, and it goes and becomes published. So, shorts don't count. Shorts have their own hours, but they don't count to the monetization stuff, which is weird. Allegedly. Yeah. None of it makes sense. Because everything that, and I'm like, wait a minute. Isn't that what I'm supposed to be doing in the first place? Yep. Unless they change it for this February thing, but which way am I gonna go? This way. From what I've been reading, it's that. Once I hit publish and it goes live to everybody else, that's when the hours count. And I think. So the rewatches, yep. Because if you guys finish a live stream and you get a good live, like right now on my vertical stream, I can't tell what's on my horizontal. It says 27 views, but the views don't count for watch hours. The only people looking at it. So what YouTube does is they'll push it out there as many people. But it's only when I hit publish and finish and stream to put it out where people begin to watch it on the rewatches. Those are the ones that count. Because man, I had a watch stream that was a watched live stream. I think over 100, 200 people popped in, a couple of views, and it was like over like 90 or 100 something watch hours. I was like, woo woo, that's what's up. Nope. Tone it down, bud. Something like that. It just really is counterproductive and created in a way to really make you consider, what are you doing this for? A place that used to be kind of like for the hobbyist, but because there's so many people making some amazing amount of money, YouTube is not losing any of that money. Ad revenue and any of that. Shoot, they only pay up to, what's the minimum? $100. And yes, maybe cherry picking, and they love to move the goalpost. Because that's what it feels like. It feels like they're moving they always move the goalpost. But just keep going at it. Keep doing your thing. Keep pushing forward. Everything is designed to slow you down, deter you. It's funny, the day that I heard it, that change, I think, and I don't turn this into that, but I don't believe in coincidences anymore. One of the things about really committing myself to God, guys, I don't believe in coincidences anymore. the scripture said, the scripture of the day said, do not, what was it? I'm going to paraphrase. uh, and it has something to do when you're doing good work. Do not, I'm going to have to Google it. The gist of it was, it said, don't give up. Okay? That's what it meant. Yeah, there you go. From Galatians 6:9 said, let us not be weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. That was on Tuesday. I don't know when this thing was signed, or when it was mentioned about the change of time or watch hours and any of that. Everything, guys, everything is created in a way or set up in a way to deter us from doing good and being happy. Everything is. But anyway, if you're working hard, you're doing what you got to do, don't give up. That's what I ended up here. That's the gist of that scripture that I got. And again, I don't say that to make anyone feel uncomfortable or anything like that. So I hope you guys don't feel that way. I'm just letting y'all know. Don't give up. You know what was really funny? On Tuesday, maybe Monday or Tuesday, when did I go to the store? I went to the store, went to BJ's, and the young lady that was checking people as they left, making sure you ain't stealing, she had her Bible there at the exit, and she was reading Galatians, and I kind of like sarcastically is it any good? And all I said to her on the way out was like, good luck to us all. Little did I know. Don't give up. Yeah. Let me see. Where we at? I guess streams don't count because they can't stick an ad on. Yes, exactly, Monty. So it doesn't work. So they make you do all the work. They give you a membership, entice people to pay a couple bucks for a stream or something, a way for you to get support. I don't know what the AdSense is gonna do. I'll let you guys know when that pops up. I'll share with you guys everything that comes with that. DW says, okay, well, I'm gonna start running your streams again, all your videos throughout the day. I really appreciate you guys for that. I'm gonna have to start setting up some art for you guys, man, if you're gonna be helping me that way. Some free art. All right, what else? Just to rewatch, seriously, was it that they count the hours at the time you hit publish? Yeah, once you hit publish, the hours start. They cherry picking, of course, and goalpost moving is like the worst nightmares of gaslighting relationships in a corp. Yes, it is. The Lord know what we need better than anyone else can. Absolutely. Oh, a great scripture. Yeah. And then, no way. Yeah. Again, I don't believe in coincidences anymore. See, now I have to study what the old masters would do in a situation like this. Because I got them losing some of this stuff here. The cool thing here is that now that this brush, I could get a little dry brush action and get some really good tone. Is there a way you can have a link on your description that leads to a fund my broadcast rather than relying on the hopes of YouTube? Yeah, so I don't know if I could do it now. I'll let you know when the AdSense thing kicks in because I think I can now promote myself. It's something that you can't do prior to it. I could probably link my Ko-fi and all those type of things legally. Not legally, but YouTube doesn't like you having links going somewhere else. Oh, that shadow's killing me. Let's just do this. But I think so. If I read it right, there's a way for you to start making a little bit of funding. Which I've tried, right? With the Ko-fi, we got our Ko-fi and our Etsy's, but I think I should be able to now promote my Etsy a bit more and have the link up there, clickable. I think. I'm not sure, but and it's funny because I am Monty says, I wonder if Twitch is better for artists, or do you have to draw or paint while in a hot tub? Oh, that's Small Potatoes. If you know where that's from. I don't know. They be banning people left and right there too. See, the thing about all of these things, right? All of these channels and social media sites where they make money. If they they reward you for being lewd. And then when you decide to go lewd, they go, no, we're gonna ban you. Well, you started this. It's so inconsistent. Or they don't catch the trend of them being lewd too fast enough. A kilt? Yeah, show a little thigh. So the who was I talking to? I was talking to Julio Cesar, who was talking about social medias too and following trends and all that stuff, and was like, we're either gonna have to reveal our art slowly with poom poom shorts on or something. I don't have the legs for poom poom shorts, guys. But whatever you need. And it's there's a double standard too, and it's the guys, men's fault for it. You'll fall upon an artist who paints in a two-piece bikini, and it'll have a 200, 300,000 subscribers. Now, if I was to wear a two-piece, nobody following that. I'm just spitballing ideas, guys. You guys let me know. You let me know what you need. Oh, man. Yeah. Thanks, D-Dubs. A three-piece. What would be in a three-piece bikini? What's in a three-piece bikini? Top, bottom, and a robe. You gotta use your imagination. We're all artists. Ooh, the swim cap. Yeah, man. So if that's what it takes, I'm porked. And for a guy that lives in Florida, your boy is pasty white. Like, you guys remember in the Gimp mask, that weird black and white planet in Thor: Love and Thunder? Yeah. Devoid of tone. uses the burnt sienna or gets the hose again. I'm going through a bout of what type of way to render this thing. Is it? It doesn't look good, does it? Just gotta commit. Yeah. Hey, Creative Ambitions, how you doing? We're talking about three-piece bathing suits and gimp masks for social media presence. I don't think I was recording at all. Oh yeah. Combine fitness and finance with art and your channel will blow up. Yep. You want to know how to get, drawing huge quads while you're doing squats? Heck yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm going to stand up. Oh, man. Is this? All right. I think this is going to be the next one, I think. And hopefully I'll do a bit better than this. This paper is really weird for inking. That ink should be waterproof. You guys want me to test it? I don't have a water brush around here. Yes. I bought a walking pad. Not sure if I'm coordinated enough to paint while using it. Fitness, healthcare, and finance. Get all the RPMs. Yep. Never know until you try. That's right. Run outside. Go outside. Canvas, paints, and get chased by dogs. All right. Let me see. Come on. This ink should be waterproof. I'm going to test it out. Sweet. It is. Okay. So, you guys cool if I try to paint this? I won't paint it today because I'm about to close out. But say we prep it. Why not? Why not? So I'm going to see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some burnt sienna on this thing, and then we'll paint it. Paint it on tomorrow. Hold on, let me take a picture of this thing. Tomorrow I'm going to start painting my another hero portrait. All right. Bravery test. This is Spider Woman, Jessica. What is her last name? It's not Drew. Is it? Yeah, Jessica Drew. She's been around, I think, since the 60s. She looks great. Father was a scientist. Experimented on spiders, of course. They're always experimenting on spiders. But she's a mutant. I think in the comics, it's been in the cartoons it was retconned, but in the comics she is a mutant. She kind of has the spider powers of Miles Morales. So she has like a spider sting. She's super strong. And everything a spider can do. Dang, that looks good already. First of all, burnt sienna has become one of my favorite colors. Good Lord. Yes, God willing, if anything, hopefully nothing bad happens, but I will be streaming tomorrow. This is a regular art pad, guys. What I like to do is, I used to, when I bought a bunch of these, I put masking tape on the side, all around, and use it like an art block. Like you know what I'm talking about. Like those arches blocks. I would tape the whole thing. And then when I'm done, I'll just peel it out. It helped maintain the paper's straightness because I used too much water. But I will be using gouache on this. Unbelievable. Actually kind of want that rough look because I just want it to look kind of like a study. One thing that I like to do also when I do these washes is I like to, when it dries up a little bit, give myself some reference for shadows. I know, again, that the light is coming from the top, her right, our left. So I'm just going to do some of this. And that already gives me a visual cue of the shape of her body, and then I don't have to do too much thinking. You know, us dudes, the less thinking the better. And the character's Spider-Woman, the model is Julie Newmar. So I'm gonna have to play loose with some of the shading in her face. Something like that. That gives me good enough reference. Shoot, if I was lazy enough, I would just call it a day. But one thing, you see me, old man Mel stretching his back. You can see my shadow. And Siri listening to me. Mind your business, Siri. I've really been wanting to paint more and more and more. And I want to start painting it every day. Focusing on this more every day. A name from the past. Yeah. I love Julie Newmar. I think she's fantastic. But if you Googles Julie Newmar, I think in a photo shoot or bathing suit, she's wearing a one-piece outfit. And she's doing a lot of these awesome dynamic poses in it. And I don't know what made me put Spider-Woman's gear on it, but it just seemed right at the time. All right, we good there. I like how much water was there. Clean my brushes. Oh, are you going to stream in a few? I'll definitely watch. Once I clean up, I will definitely jump on that. Set this aside. I need to keep drawing. I need to stay in the zone. So I think I'm going to do that. But hey, I'll show you guys what I'll be painting tomorrow. I may start some of this. And may start some of this. So when I should do it right now, but I'm not going to do it because I want to show more of the process. This is on artboard. This is part of my graphic, my story, my own story where I'm creating. I'm getting the family tree together and get my characters set up. Put that away. Put that away. And done in pencil. So I've already sprayed it with fixative, and I added gesso to it. So it's ready to paint. All I need to do is put in my acrylic wash. Because we're doing his family here. Susan, thank you for swinging through. I really appreciate you. You need to do more More streams. That was fun. Sorry. Put my stuff away. So that is going to be it for me. I'm going to clean up. I'm going to let the music play me out. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. I'm sorry I missed you guys yesterday. Hopefully I made up for it today. I know you guys made my day super special and worth it. So thank you guys for hanging out. Let me just clean up and take care of business. Me too, DW. I like that one too, man. It's so far my favorite. I feel like I almost overblended it, but it looks, for his ute, it makes sense. And we'll do some more of this stuff. Get the family tree going. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate you. Let me get you my send off. Hit the like before you dip. Leave a comment on the vid if you would like. Let me know what else you'd like to see. I will be painting this. I will be painting the other one tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But this is Art to the Round Table. My name is Mello. God bless you. I love you. Mean it. And until next time. Bye.